Yo, what's up? You rocking with the Black Market Lounge. Kawshen, blackopz, family ties, cannonz, the whole conglomerate. You know what I'm saying? Rocking with the Black Market Lounge.
We at Black Market Lounge. We
Yeah.
got Kawshen in the building.
What's up?
I
What's up?
mean, good to have you here, brother.
Thank you for having me on, dog. Appreciate it.
Tell me, what made you ever want to pen something? I mean, what made you first want to write any rhyme? What made you think you could be live in this shit?
I came up with the hip hop, in the 80s, early 80s, mid 80s. You know what I mean? I was a young boy. I'm from the Badlands up North Philly. So back then, I got on from, the Sugar Hill album covers. My uncles was DJing block parties, so I was hip hop coming in from the door, Rock M, on the radio. So I was freestyling back then when I was younger, though, just going around the blocks. Cousins was taking my cousins, out there getting it, taking me around on some freestyle shit. But then when I moved out West Philly and got older, I got around some dudes who was on a rap game and shit. Shout out to my nigga The Villain, Vaughn, my nigga Tom, Solid G. I got around them. And I was on some dancing shit. I was fucking with Scoob and Scrap. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was like kind of,
dancers.
Kane, like I was kind of on that. So I was like they dancer and shit at first. And they was penning and they shit was heavy. Like they shit was dope. Man. I mean, we in 6th grade, 7th grade. So I would say they influenced hearing them, my homies, put that shit down like that on the writing tip. That's what made me stop wanting to freestyle and start writing songs and writing, music and shit like that. So that really was like my first genre. I actually wrote my first rhyme in 5th grade when I moved to West Philly.
West Philly, I mean, and who was co-signing that shit?
The written shit, when I first started, back then when I first started, it wasn't nobody.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Well, no, I'm talking about that first time. You know what I'm saying? Then you had somebody like, a homie or.
Oh yeah, like you all
You
right?
gotta go. You gotta take that shit out to the block. You know what I mean? Even though you make that shit in the house. Who did you go out and was like?
It was them niggas.
Like,
it was
yo,
them
you know
and niggas in my around that neighborhood and other niggas that rap. See, I was just blessed to come up pure hip hop. You know what I mean? Through my whole life. So I always been surrounded by dope MCs, even when I was in middle school. You know what I mean? So once the niggas that, like I said, my man Vaughn and Tom and my man Ya and Quan and all of them from back out west, once I got off that dancing shit and start writing, I brought it to them. And once they was like, yo, that shit nice, that shit dope, I was like, I felt as though I arrived. Like, damn, because y'all niggas was the rappers, so now I'm the rapper. So once they co-signed off on it and was fucking with me, it was on from there. It was on from there. On some young buck shit. We was young boys.
You say 5th or 6th grade?
Yeah, absolutely.
What was your name at that point? I mean, what name you
my first rap name was Teaspoon and shit. You know what I mean?
Yo,
that was the first rap name I came up with.
What's the science behind that?
I don't even remember what made me come up with that name and shit. I just motherfucking was running with it. I was spelling it out in the rhymes, the TSP I was freaking that shit, man.
Where the fuck does the T come from?
Maybe my name, Tom. I don't know. I don't even know if I was thinking that deep back then, though. I don't even think I was thinking about it that deep. I just came up with that name. It was short-lived, though. That was like some 5th grade shit. After that, it was Kawshen. After that, forever.
Okay, so tell me about when you went to high school.
Yeah, when I went to high school, I got away kind of from the rap element because I wasn't around the same dudes that was rapping. You know what I'm saying? Because I think by the time I moved to high school, I had moved again, and I was living at West Oak Lane on 72nd and 21st.
Uptown.
Yeah, I mean, so when I got up there, it was kind of like, I think I was 16 or something, 15 to 16 when I moved up there, and I got out of my element, and I was just, messing with the ladies, just doing me. But I was still rhyming, and there's niggas from high school that know I was on my rap joint. I just wasn't in that same element, you know what I'm saying, where it was competition and niggas keeping you sharp on your toes. It was just like I might come into the lunchroom and spit a little joint, you know what I mean? Niggas be like, oh, that's what's up. But it wasn't that same atmosphere that it was when I was out West Philly.
Oh, okay.
So high school was just,
So you ain't had no name in high school. You
no,
wasn't
I was
thrashing
caution.
shit.
Yeah, I was definitely caution, and but it wasn't nothing to thrash. You feel me? It was just spit your bars, and if you dope, you dope. If you not, you not. But I was dope, so niggas be like, yo, that's hot. But it wasn't like I said, that competition where you got niggas who do the same thing you do. In my high school, I don't remember nobody rapping in there.
Well, so you ain't so if I ask you who did you meet any celebrities through the whole course of school, niggas that you knew then that turned out to be
In high school,
yeah.
nobody. In middle school, my man Ray Neal, rest in peace, Ray Neal, that was down with Nam Squad. We battled back then. You know what I mean? Like I said, it was a whole different. I was up Winfield, and that's where Will Smith from. And we used to see Will too, like asking for record deals and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But it was just an MC fucking festival out there, motherfucker. Like all us young niggas, we was into hip hop. That was our thing. So when niggas was testing their handwriting, it was just all competition, man. My nigga Larry, my nigga, yeah, I mean, like it was a lot of niggas back then rapping. You know what I mean? But high school was a little different because it was high school. I mean, it wasn't on no real live shit like that.
So after high school, so after you graduate, what's the move? You know what I'm saying? Where you at? First of all, where you at in this rap shit? Before you tell me what's the move, where you at? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a full-time job. It's still just part-time.
It was already in me from
graduating and what?
Yeah, I graduated in '95. Fucking now I know it's some like old shit saying that now, but
we taking a journey, baby.
Yeah, fucking I was still recording shit with my man Rod. Shout out to Blas, my nigga. He got me started in middle school. Well, Walt got me started first recording, and then I got with Rod, and Rod got me doing songs. You know what I'm saying? So I was still fucking with Rod, so that still kept me in the hip hop element, being able to create, because he would still record me and make beats and throw me song concepts and shit. Right. So even in high school, like I said, I still had it going on. It just wasn't a hip hop element I was in on a daily. You know what I mean? So. Right. You know, it wasn't like I was on it every day. You know what I mean?
Okay, so like, you after high school, then you do what?
And after fucking high school, that shit got crazy. Cause after high school, my mom signed me up to go to college and shit. She got all the paperwork together for me. I signed my name on the dotted line. Went to Temple. Fucking Temple was just like high school. What my high school shit should have been. You know what I'm saying? Cause I got up Temple. And we was just hooding that shit out up there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, meeting different niggas. And
all right, but hold on. Is your name Kawshen at that point?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, that other shit was only just in, like, 5th grade, 6th grade.
All right, but let me back up a little bit. Tell me how you got the name Kawshen. Tell me how that that thing come about.
I don't even remember how I came up with that name.
I spell it, but
look, I spell it. The only thing I remember is that I spell it Kawshen. So that was my way, or caution is already a word. So that was me taking that word and putting my hip hop freak on it the way I spelt it. So once I spelt it that way, that was my stamp. That's what I was running with.
Saying, man, why Kawshen? It's 1,000 million.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I really don't remember what made me come up with that name specifically. Like, I don't know. I really can't remember, dog. It's been a whole lot of shit since then. You know what I mean? Right. Like I said, I just appreciated the fact the way I freaked it, the way I spelt it. So when I freaked it that way, I was like, bet this is it. You know what I'm saying? And from there, fuck how I even came up with it. I just changed it and made it mine. You know what I'm saying? I ain't spell it the other way. You know, I spelled it my way. You know how we do with hip hop.
Right, right. Okay, so now you Kawshen. You arrive at Temple.
Yeah.
What's good?
Man, I could gets up there, runs into my man, motherfucking Brody Boy Ace. Now,
Brody Boy
I met this.
Ace.
That's what I'm saying. When I talk about my middle school experience, I actually met Brody when I was in middle school.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Well, that's why
I mean but this is how it come back around. Like I said, it was a lot of MCs when I was in middle school out west. Niggas from the bottom, Hilltop, all that shit. My man Karan, LG son, that was my man. back when I first moved out west, that was my man, Karan and shit. And his mom used to bring us the Cool C records and shit, the Hilltop Hustler Jones. You know what I mean? Right. You know what I mean? But she brought us the first tester Jones that didn't even have the covers, the Jones that was just the jacket you slipped the album in. Yeah. So I was rocking that, putting my cousins on, my cousin Munch and all them niggas was loving that glamorous life shit. You know what I mean? So like I said, you know, back then it was just all MC shit out West Philly. And I when I got to Temple, I ran into my man Brody Boy Ace. That my man Ya and Quan from out west, they was all, you know, running together, and they introduced me to Brody. Brody came up my way one time on some rap shit, and I hopped out on him. He was baking shit. That's how we met, had a phone conversation. When I got to Temple, ended up running back into the nigga. I didn't even know who the fuck he was. They was rapping, and I just walked up on him. I spit some bars. Yo, dog, who you? I'm such a, oh, my man, yeah, from back in the day. And we connected from there, me and Brody. And from there, I mean, I'm talking about Temple. We up that motherfucker, man. Listen, that shit got crazy, man. That shit got crazy. All the MCs and shit. Met my nigga Price.
No, take me on the journey, man, baby. Take me on the journey.
I mean, the dynamic of how all this shit, you know, my Black Ops squadron, how we all came together.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, man, it was very, very special. I fucking knew.
Let's talk about it.
Black Ops, Brody Boy, Kawshen, Price, Wild Bill, Jim Star, Tiez, Slumlord, Shebang, Angel Dust, Journalist, The Jester, Hussein. That's all the squad. And if I'm forgetting somebody, I'm sorry, but that's all the squad.
And how did that form?
How that Voltron formed all these like 11, 12 niggas. Brody I knew from middle school. Met Brody again. Brody ended up introducing me to Hussein, who ended up introducing me to Slum. Then my nigga Sandman, we 18 years old. My nigga Sand Cannon ended up coming down there. Sand Cannon, we squatted up. This is before even Black Ops was made. We was calling ourselves KVGs, Killville Generals. It was me, Sandman, and Brody. Then Sand introduced me to Wild Bill. Sand introduced me to you.
Word.
You know what I mean?
That's word.
I met Price. Oh, my nigga Paradise P Lover, Black Ops. Met P up there from New York. And we was up there ciphering heavy, man. We was up there blowing shit up there, motherfucker, man. Battling niggas. You know what I mean? Nigga Dice Raw. Dice came up there one time spitting. Shout out to Dice. It was just a lot of shit. Bad News. 100X. Shout out to News. It was a lot of us, man. Shout out to...
How do you meet up with Jern?
Price brought Jern in. Jern wasn't up there then. But once we formed Black Ops and start, you know, putting it together, Price brought Jern in and shit. And Jern, fam, shout out to Journalist, my nigga. Just seen Jern, my man. You know what I'm saying? And it just came together like a beautiful pot of gumbo, man. That shit, you know what I mean, was dope, man. Dope shit. Dope niggas, man.
I mean, okay, so now if nothing, okay, Black Ops is formed. Now what?
We end up, me and Price end up going down the gallery. Fat Joe was having a show down there or performance or some shit, and we end up going down there and getting on the mic. I think Price got up there, blew that shit down. You know, niggas recognize, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my nigga Riv, Carlito, Riggs, my nigga Boo, Tramp, all them, you know what I'm saying? We end up connecting with them, and they was tied into Source Magazine, you know what I'm saying? And they, you know, we end up connected with them, and we started recording with Riv, who created the Black Ops sound beat wise. Riv had all that shit, and we end up getting with him and recording the First Strike album. Go Google that, Black Ops First Strike. You know what I'm saying? That was our first album.
And where was that recorded at?
That was recorded in the Fallout shelter at Riv crib. You know what I'm saying? And we was in the basement with it, but that shit was good quality, dope beats. And we put the album together. You know what I'm saying? Tried to get the whole squad on there. and we was the first niggas to sell our, not the first, but one of the first niggas to sell our music on the internet. We put First Strike on the internet. We talking about 99, 98, 99, 2000, no later than 2000. Put First Strike on mp3.com in 99 and shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know that, you know, we, my man Price came up with that, groundbreaking with that. Niggas wasn't even on the internet back then. You feel me?
Right.
So that's how shit started getting more, you know, solid. And because before then it was just all we was ciphering. You know what I'm saying? Like we would meet up at each other cribs, out on the block, out on South Street, in the park, wherever the fuck we went, we was getting busy on some rap shit. But on some cipher shit though, like you know that anybody hip hop and know what that was like, you know, the ciphers and shit. So yeah, it built from the ciphers to us recording the album and shit as a whole unit.
Okay. Wow. Oh, you said Battle Cry was on First Strike. That's right.
Yeah, Battle Cry was the first single that that got put that got put off the First Strike album. Alchemist had did a remix for that John. I had actually got on the remix. The original John was just only my nigga Price and my man P from New York, Paradise. You know what I'm saying? They did the original one, and they, you know, we got vinyl and all that shit pressed up. And shout out to Riggs, my nigga Riggs. Put that shit in motion. You know what I'm saying? And you know that shit, man. Motherfuckers was breakdancing and shit, all that shit overseas, man. That shit stretched overseas, man. You Google that shit, man. You still see niggas rocking to that shit. You know what I mean? Like, and this was like I said, like in '99 when we dropped that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I never dropped another album to that.
After First Strike, Riv had went up to New York. I think he was doing some production or something for. So this is when the Source was popping. You know what I mean? So he went up there and was doing some shit for the Source because they was already tied into that. So once he left, all the music left, the beats and all that. You know what I mean? Like I say, he created the sound for us to get busy on and shit. You know what I mean? So once he rolled out, that kind of, you know what I mean, halted shit a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but hold up for a second. Speaking of the Source, wasn't then you get unsigned hype in the Source? Tell me about that. How you get chosen for the unsigned hype in the Source?
Actually, I think Price was
what
supposed.
year was that?
This was '99.
Yeah,
this the John with Puffy on the cover and shit.
Yeah. How that happened?
I think through Riv and Carlito and Mike and you know what I mean, all my you know my Puerto Rican niggas, my New York niggas, the, you know what I mean, the whole conglomerate, man, is like, love them niggas, man. They originally I think was gonna put Price in the Source first, cause Price was already a polished artist. He was part of Rumbletown from Philly, and they already had a buzz, you know, with Ease Back and all that in Philly and shit. So his shit was already kind of like lined up, so he was going to do the unsigned hype, but I think he passed that on to me. He was like, go ahead, man, you know, go ahead, put call on it, because I was hungry, you know what I mean? I was blazing every fucking thing, so it was like, yo, he coming, like, go ahead, let him get that shine. So he yeah, I mean, that's how I got put in that John, but it was through Carlito, who was the editor at the Source and shit. My man, he does he the writer for Empire now and shit. Carlito Rodriguez, my nigga.
Okay.
See, you know what I mean? So he helped orchestrate that shit. We was in the Source like 4 times and shit. You know what I mean? I was in Unsigned Hype. I was in there for a Black Ops article. Black Ops had our own article in there.
Right.
I was in there for the Unsigned Hype alumni with Eminem and all them. And then it was just, we got mentioned a couple times, you know what I mean, in a couple articles and shit. So that all, the Source shit and all that all came through, you know what I mean, my niggas and shit, you know what I mean.
That's what's up. You covered a lot of ground. I wanted to I wanted you to hit the part where y'all end up getting with the Eminem manager.
That's Riggs. But this is
or?
after all the Unsigned Hype and all that shit.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Because my man Mike Salmon, he was managing us first. Shout out to Mike. Mike out here doing big things. I see Mike doing his thing. He was managing us first, and then we Riggs was always around, but then Riggs was like, yo, Riggs was the A&R for Shady Records and shit. You know, Riggs Morales. That's my man. He said, I want to fuck with them niggas, man. Them niggas is dope. So he said, listen, let me manage them. Let me rock with them. So we started fucking with Riggs, and Riggs was like, you know, he got us up Shady Records and Shady. Um, he he pressed up the vinyl for Battle Cry and all that, because before then it was just on the album. He pressed up all that shit. So
when
he got
records
the
was out.
yeah, right, when records was out. So Riggs got the ball rolling on a lot of shit, you know what I mean, like to try to get shit put on, you know what I'm saying? So that's how shit start, you know, getting publicized, like as far as the music, you know what I mean? You know.
Right. And then I mean, take me from there. Like, then
Well, at that time, once
he left with all the music. You said, I mean,
no, Riggs and Riv are two different people.
Okay,
Riv is the producer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He the one that did all the beats.
Right.
Riggs was management.
The manager.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, once we did the First Strike album, you know, I guess that shit got all, you know, spread it throughout the squad and all that, and niggas was fucking with it, man. You know, shout out to Benny Boom, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know, Benny doing great things. Tupac movie about to come out. You know what I mean? All that squad, all that's family. You know what I mean? And we all met when we was all hungry, just trying to get on. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's you know, it's like a lot of people that was involved in shit and building it up. You know what I mean?
Okay. Who influenced you from the city?
From the city on some rap shit. You talking about from when? From since I was young, or just period?
I mean, just,
you know, I got a lot of history with this hip hop.
Hey, well, let me see.
Well, I could say, you know, like back in the day, I thought one of the dopest niggas that was dropping that shit was EST.
Yeah.
EST was solid, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I said, Cool C and Steady B, I fucked with them too.
But
EST was solid.
Solid.
He was solid. So I could say
real.
Early look to, like, yo, that nigga dropping that shit and he spitting that shit sturdy was EST. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, since I was in the neighborhood with Will Smith, I fucked with Will. I mean, I fucked with Brand New Funk and all that shit. And then when he dropped Summertime, I love, you know, that's an all-time classic. You know what I mean? So I fuck with Will too, but it was just like, you know, his shit was kind of like watered down to niggas in the hood. You know what I mean? Once he was doing that, parents don't understand shit, you know, he kind of lost a lot of hood niggas with that. But I fucked with Will. I fucked with EST. And as far as current niggas, man, definitely Beanie Siegel. He in my top 5 because he talked that shit Philly niggas needed that we needed. You know what I'm saying? And Black Thought. Shout out to Thought. You know what I'm saying? Definitely being a freestyle fucking ambassador, fucking performer. You know what I mean? The Roots. I actually met Questlove before, spit some bars for him. And nigga gave me his number. Yeah, you know what I mean, gave me a great compliment and all that. So shout out to the Roots, definitely special for the city. You know what I mean, doing it the way they do it. So those like my main influence. And I fuck with Meek now because his music is great. You know what I mean, niggas talk all that hate and shit and that L shit, whatever the fuck they want to say. That boy make great music, and I love the way he do that. So just as far as niggas in the game, them the niggas I fuck with. But I got a whole fucking army of MCs from the underground that really inspires me, you know what I'm saying? But for the game, for the city, them niggas, and I might be missing a couple, but them niggas and shit.
What song you like from you? What's your favorite song from you?
I like the joint I did back in the day that got me in the source that they put in there as a joint called Urban Legend. And like I said, I recorded this shit like 98, 99. And the hook was like, in the hood I'm from, it seemed the good die young. But I'ma stay on my joint and keep getting high, son. And still put it down to whatever degree. Because definitely, you always be a legend to me. And I wrote that and I dedicated to my man Brad from out west that passed away, my old head. That was my man. You know what I mean? And just a lot of personal shit I had going on back then from people passing away. So Urban Legend was definitely one of my favorites. They put that in the source. And I got a joint called Game Over and shit that I dropped on my little brother beat. And that was special for my little brother doing his joint, dropping on that joint. And
What's your brother name?
Two. My brother Two, he do beats. You know, he out here getting it. Shout out to Two. Shout out to the whole tiez / Teen Black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Up.
MR. You know what I mean? War
Sure.
Child. Yeah, we keep it all funky. You know what I mean? My
Sure.
family. You know what I mean? And that's another story. That's later after Black Ops. But yeah.
Yeah, no. Tell me tell me the how that ends up forming.
Well, my brother Teen, you know, he always been around me, and he was soaking up the hip hop game. My cousin Mr, he was always on. He like my age, so he was always in the hip hop, and he was always coming up. So them two, I kind of already knew they was into the rap shit. My brother and my cousin. And then as we got older, and you know, we start linking back up with other family members, kind of find out Mr younger brother Slash, my cousin Slash, I end up finding out he rhymed. This was like 2003. Dope as shit. So that the way that formed was just organic, because that's my family. We already got baby pictures with each other, so we already had been around each other. But for us to grow up and niggas be as dope as they was, my brother Authentic, my cousin Mr, my cousin Slash, and my cousin Chris, War Child. I ended up getting back with him. He was dope. And then Team brought Black, my man Genocide, into the squad, and that shit was just dope, man. Like, you know, we just formed like Voltron on some natural shit from family, and was just blazing it. So, you know, that was something that was just always there, but just end up coming together to something beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, the ties, man. Like, we still cooking. You know what I mean? Ops, we still cooking.
Okay. Who would you like to work with, if any? If anybody in the city you could work with, who would that be?
Oh, somebody in the city?
I mean, you know, I like to keep it Philly. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we
But you
keep
know,
it Philly.
but you can give me both answers. Give me somebody from Philly and somebody from the industry.
You mean rapper wise or producer wise?
Rapper wise.
Rapper wise.
Or both.
Or both. In the game, producer wise, always Dr. Dre. Shit, give me a whole fucking double album of Dr. Dre beats. As far as producer, rapper in the game that I would love to fuck with and work with, I ain't gonna lie, it would be like Nas, cause you know what I mean, the bars.
Yeah.
But from a musical standpoint, who making like the best music to me in the game, fucking Rick Ross, man. I would love to get on some production. Yeah, man, that nigga making some beautiful music. So just from a musical aspect, he make the music that I fuck with the most out in the game right now. So out in the game, that would be that. In the city, always Siegel and Thought. Benny Siegel and Thought. I always love to trash something with them. Them niggas lyrical architects. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's get down to a very important question. Let me get your top 5, dead or alive.
My top 5, dead.
They ain't gotta
and
be in that
alive.
order. I mean,
Yeah, it ain't in no specific order.
But let's go.
Top 5. Number 1, my nigga Cool G Rap. The influencer. If I would say I was influenced by anybody besides my niggas I was around that really pick up a pen and start writing some shit, it was G Rap off top. That did it for me. Then after that, my nigga Redman, Reggie Noble, crazy with the bars. You know, one of a kind, ain't gonna never be another like him. You know what I'm saying? Saying the shit he say. Red. After that, Esco, Nas, fucking, you know, fucking Illmatic. You know what I mean? The shit. I mean, niggas could go dig up Illmatic and still get some of the best bars they ever heard in their life. After Nas, Tupac Shakur, rest in peace.
Wow.
Movie dropping,
That's big.
Fucking
That's big.
Tupac topic matter is second to fucking none. Nobody topic matter is what Pac's was, because that nigga talked that he talked everything from black empowerment to fucking street shit to fucking with the bitches, every fucking thing. Pac had all that shit, and he had soulful music. You know what I mean?
That's
That could
big.
teach you. You know what I mean? Great music. So yeah, Pac. And then my fifth, and definitely last but not least, like I said, my nigga Beanie Siegel put it on for the silly with them bars. Niggas ain't want to see Beans. He took on the toughest in the game. He went at them all. The Locks, Nas, whoever the fuck wanted it. And didn't back down. And I haven't heard nothing where niggas got at him yet.
So
Really. I mean, shout out to Kiss and all. You know, Kiss did his thing, but yeah, Siegel, man, was monstering that shit.
Siegel, that dude.
Yeah.
Yo, Siegel is that fucking dude.
Yeah.
Siegel is that motherfucking dude.
Yeah, I don't know him personally, but from
Siegel
the
is that
bars,
motherfucking
yeah,
dude.
I fuck
Listen,
with Siegel hard.
Listen, is Black Thought better than Siegel?
Freestyle, hell yes. Fucking music wise, not to me. I like Siegel music better. The way, you know, he talk his shit in his bar. You know, feel it in the air with your life. Like all the other shit he was ripping on. So musically, I always give. That's why Siegel in my top 5, because he made great music that was lyrical too. So thought a lyrical motherfucking beast and shit. You know what I mean? He could hold his with anybody. But just far as for me, my personal likings, I like Siegel, like just from a musical aspect better, so it comes across with the lyrics that way. But as far as a stage show and coming off the top, I mean, fucking Black Thought probably won the best ever from Philly. Yes, not just he from Philly, but he the best ever out of just about anybody when it come about. And shout outs to niggas like Supernatural and a lot of freestylers, and shout out to myself. You know what I mean? Like I said, Questlove said, nigga, you spitting that shit like Thought do, nigga, off the top. You know what I mean? Gave me that beautiful compliment. So, yeah, but yeah, Thought, yeah, with them freestyles and that, you know, his stage performance is definitely second to none.
Okay. How you feel about hip hop today?
I feel like it is what it is. I feel it's fucked up only because the main niggas ain't take charge. The niggas who was you know, the motherfuckers that was setting the trends and setting the styles and the bars didn't take control of the game to control what comes in the game. They still left it up to them corporate motherfuckers, them record labels, and you know, they whole thing is just a profit office. They don't give a fuck about our soul or our integrity or nothing. They just want to sell music. So they you know, contributed to putting out motherfuckers who wasn't putting as much time into their craft and shit. You know what I mean? Who was just going with gimmicks and images and looks, and I understand, like, hip hop started as party music from Curtis Blow and all them niggas back. You know, they was rocking a party with they shit. So it's kind of back to the party music where, you know, it's twerking and all that. We lit and all that shit. You know what I mean? I don't hate on that. It's hip hop, because when we was coming up doing our thing, our folks was looking at us crazy. You feel me? Like my pop, he a musician, he a drummer. You know what I mean? And toured all around the world. When I came through talking my hip hop shit, he was looking like, come on, man, with that shit. But that's just because it wasn't his era. It was our thing. So I get a young boys they thing. You know what I'm saying? Even though is in the same lane that we grew up in. That's why we could talk that shit like, nah, that ain't what's up. You know what I mean? Because we grew up with the hip hop shit. But as far as the game go, the shit that went from East Coast, West Coast, fucking Midwest with Eminem and Kanye and them, and fucking down South. And the South been having the game. And next it might be overseas, you know what I mean? It's going to be some other shit already done went to Canada, you know what I mean? Drake and all that. So, I mean, hip-hop is just evolving and it's growing and it's spreading around the world. But, you know, what we came up on, dog, we still got to keep that fresh and keep that alive, because that was, you know, that you know, the shit why niggas rocking all these fucking fat chains and platinum chains and fucking watches and they got that shit from, you know what I mean, the Jay-Z's and the Big Daddy Kanes and, you know what I mean, niggas that came up to show you the style and shit. So, you know, yeah, I mean, I just feel like the niggas who had the game didn't control the game, and them culture vultures and all them kind of like dictated what was going to be the next thing, and they pluck from the kids, and they trying to, you know, make the kids be on some feminine shit and some, You know what I mean? And I don't say to get high shit, because when we was coming up, it was all weed and liquor. You know what I mean? That was our get high. Now you got young boys with the pills and all that, and I don't fuck with that shit. But I can't hate, because like I said, I know where I come from, and I know motherfuckers. You know what I mean? My parents and everybody was looking at me crazy, 12-year-old, 13, 14 out on the corner smoking weed. You know what I mean? So I can't really fucking hate, but it ain't really my twist. It ain't nothing I really, get down with. But they ain't no hate. I let them young boys have they fucking thing just like they supposed to have it. You know what I mean? But it's still up to us to try to give them some guidance. You know what I mean? But like I said, the niggas who had the game don't control the game. I see Hove Jay-Z trying to right some of them wrongs, you know what I mean, with the shit, he signing all the old niggas, Jim Jones, he trying, but it's like too late now, you know what I'm saying, like, it's too late, like, we should have been having that shit going on when them niggas was blazing hot, you feel me, so, that's just, where the game at. I mean, hip-hop still, it's still alive, man. I don't hate on the young niggas. I don't hate on those South niggas. I don't hate on none of them niggas, man. They got the right to express their music and do their thing the way we did it.
Word. So, what you want the people to know?
That me and my whole squad is some of the dopest niggas y'all probably ain't never heard. Like some of the best motherfuckers that ever spit that shit. We MCs, man. Like for real, we take them bars seriously. Motherfuckers was very talented. Like I said, blackopz was my whole squad, my family ties, and like I said, Cannonz Inc., which was my nigga Sandman. That, like I said, we met.
Yeah, let's go back to that. How did that come about? Tell me how that came about.
How what came about?
You end up linking with Sandman.
Oh yeah, well we met when we was young boys, and like I said, we had the KVG shit trying to form a little squad, but then I think Sand got booked or some shit like that, and we ended up losing touch. So we was, I might have ran into him one time or two times back when he had Cannonz Inc. popping off, when he first started, when he had, the whole Cicero and Chinko and, you know what I mean? Had the whole squad, but I wasn't around him then. But we still squad though, but we just wasn't around each other. I was doing my thing probably after blackopz had family. I had my own lane, but we end up connecting years later, and that's family. Like, his squad is my squad, you know what I'm saying, and vice versa. Like I said, shit, I wouldn't even know some of the niggas that's blackopz, such as yourself and Wild Bill, if it wasn't for him. I met y'all through him, and y'all my squad, you feel me? So that's family, and you know what I mean, we still running hard to this day, saying can and bacon niggas.
Word. So where can niggas reach you at, man?
You check me on, it's the Instagram shit at Kawshen. Like I said, I spell it Kawshen. Yeah, that's the main thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, get at me on the gram, man. You know what I mean?
Word. That's what it is. Thank you for coming through, brother. Black Market Lounge, we out.
For sure. Yes. Keep it hip hop, baby. One.